my second question to Irene is, when you photograph Russian artists like Komar from Komar and Melamed with props from revolutionary Russian cinema or Dali-esque Alfred Hitchcock movies, surreal spirals, you know, where you're falling backwards into space. How are you embracing today and the future with these past ideas from a century ago? Can you discuss Vitaly Komar's contributes to transhumanism in 5 parts?
My work, Vitaly Komar, or as we say in Russian, Vitaly Komar, precisely gives this kind of futuristic perspective, which seems actually futuristic right now, but it is very, it might be very realistic, maybe even in 5 to 10 years. And this perspective is concerned with transhumanism and the development of the cutting-edge technologies like wave genetics, which allows reconstruction of the wave or energy field structures of life creatures on the DNA level, and DNA are antennas for vibrations. The other development of the technology is nanotechnology, which would allow implantation of nanochips and control over the population distantly. And many other things like this, which basically impose a danger of the transformation of humans into machines at a distance. So they can be manipulated at a distance as machines. And the group of people, of thinkers, among them culturologists and some art critics and scientists and etc., they believe that humankind will become obsolete because humans are subject to pain, and in the consumeristic society pain is considered to be a defect, and they offer some technology that basically will eliminate pain. So it's a kind of trade off. So you trade in your freedom, individual freedom. You can be manipulated from the outside at the distance, from some kind of control center, which probably will be a cyber artificial intelligence. And in exchange for this, you get rejuvenation, long life, devoid of pain, and etc., etc. And the most interesting thing in this development for art is that transhumanists believe that humans will become the vibrational forms of existence. So they would literally be the vectors of energy that Vasily Kandinsky was talking about at the beginning of the 20th century. And their bodies will be just the attachments to this vibrational forms of life. They can change, renovate their bodies, dump old bodies and get new ones, and etc., etc. But this kind of approach does not take into consideration that pain is actually the mechanism of creating spatial and temporal structure, coordinates the creation of the system, of the community between people. A little child, he gets to know the world when he bumps at the objects. And then he creates this kind of coordinates around himself. So Vitaly Komar in this piece, he used his mandala, which is a part of his conceptual project, and he used this mandala at another occasions. The mandala has a round hole in the middle, and he was putting his head into this hole and making grimaces, very human, funny, grotesque grimaces, and expressing some feelings. So basically, by this kind of conceptual provocation, I would say, he was colliding this inhuman, mechanistic, impersonal world of energy vectors that abstract expressionism is going so crazy about, and human form, representational, so-called representational form. And it goes back to the famous action with elephants, when they taught elephants to create abstract expressionist paintings. And so basically, you might say that I just continued the same kind of Russian tradition, going back to Russian critical realism of the 19th century, of promoting, developing, and establishing compassion, precisely might even say the cult of pain, of compassion, and which creates this kind of spatial-temporal relations, not only between a human and an object, but also between humans.
It's been wonderful talking to you, and congratulations on your exhibition.